Howdy fellas. It's been a while since I posted a video. My health had taken a little bit of a downturn, but I'm back up and going now. I go through a lot of phases like that. Sometimes I get sick and just can't get back up, and it's all the meds and crap I'm on. So anyways, neither here nor there. I'm back onto a little project that I haven't been on in a long time. I haven't even started this thing in almost, well, I started it in spring, found out that it had a blown freeze plug. This is my Fordoyner, my joint, what used to be originally a Joiner 650 dune buggy, no sand rail, and that I took a Ford Fiesta engine out of it in transmission, and I mounted it into this. I'm going to pull the engine back out, replace the freeze plug that's pushed out of the back of the block, put a new carburetor on it, clean up the wiring as best I can, try to make it a little better than what it was, because it's just been a mess, and that is definitely the truth. I was just trying to figure out a way to get it going with what I had, but I'm going to try and make it a little better this time. But anyways, that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this engine. Alright, I got everything disconnected and unhooked, ready to pull the engine. However, I'll flip this around. Got a couple little issues we might run into. One being this replacement bar I had welded in here and made this bracket so they could bolt to the front of the engine for a front engine mount. Might be in the way because I have to pull the engine this way to get it off the clutch pack. So, and this is already right up against there. So what I'm probably going to have to do is cut these two welds here and remove this so the engine can come forward. And I think there was something else. I don't know. There was something else. But the engine's loose off the transmission now anyways. Can't remember what else there was. I guess I'll figure it out along the way. Oh, I gotta move the whole dune buggy over. Because right now I'm at a slant where my chain is pulling it back towards the transmission. I need to move the dune buggy over so that the slant will be pulling it out of the transmission. And that's where we're at. Be back to it here in a minute. Going in for a quick cup of coffee and let the dogs in. Alrighty fellas, ran into some issues here. I'm going to show you. I got it figured out, but it's still a real pain. I'll flip this around and see if you can see anything. Alright, I removed the starter there, and there is this mount that goes across that acts like a rear mount and a front mount. See, it bolts. I don't know how well you can see it. Bolts right there, and it also bolts right there. And it goes all the way across the bottom of the transmission and bolts to the transmission. However, the dust cover that goes between the engine block and the flywheel, okay, and the bolts go through that. So in order to separate the engine from the transmission, I also have to take out that bottom transmission mount that goes all the way across. It acts as like a motor / transmission mount. Strange. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get on that and get that done, and then hopefully everything works out right. I should be able to take the motor right out. Alright, got the engine out the exact way I had planned and what I just said. And this is what we got after I took the flex plate and flywheel off. There's the freeze plug. Just push it out. That's it. Yeah, now it needs to get cleaned up really good and Loctited in. Alright, freeze plug is back in there, completely cleaned up the surface where the freeze plug goes, and on the freeze plug itself, and put a whole crap load of thread locker on it, some Loctite, and tapped it back in there. Now I'll wait overnight and slap this motor back in there, put the new carburetor on it, and we'll have her going. Alrighty, just a little bit more of an update here. I got most of it all back together, new carburetor on it. I got finished some wiring, get the distributor cap back on it, get the spark plug wires back on it, and get the alternator put back on and wired, and a little bit of welding on the alternator bracket, and right here I got to weld my front engine mount back together that I cut and this right here, and that's what I'm going to get on now. Alrighty fellas, I got her going. Took me a little bit because I forgot what the firing order was on this thing, but I figured it out. A little loud at the moment. But really, I don't mind. It's a little loud, so that's a good start. I finally got it at least that far. Now take it out real quick and make sure stuff still works on it. Go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and share and subscribe.